Gentlemen, let me ask you something directly. Have you started to notice that your erections aren't as firm or reliable as they used to be? Do you ever find yourself feeling drained before the night is even over, or pulling back from intimacy not because the desire is gone, but because your body simply won't cooperate the way it once did? If that sounds familiar, you're not alone, and more importantly, you're not powerless. What most men don't realize is that these changes are often not a sign of aging beyond control, but rather the result of something far simpler, something that can be corrected. Hidden vitamin deficiencies quietly rob your body of the fuel it needs for blood flow, hormonal balance, and energy production. The good news is that with the right knowledge and small consistent adjustments, these deficiencies can be reversed, restoring vitality, confidence, and performance. To understand how this happens, it's important to remember that the male body functions like a precision-engineered system. Every process, circulation, hormone production, muscle contraction, even mood depends on proper nutrition at the cellular level. When even one essential nutrient is missing or too low, the effects ripple outward. You may not notice it overnight, but over time the changes become clear. Weaker erections, lower energy, slower recovery, and diminished drive. These symptoms are often mislabeled as inevitable consequences of aging, yet in reality, they are biological warning signs that the system is running on low fuel. The human body doesn't lose its ability to function with age, it loses its resources. Think of it this way: a high-performance car doesn't stop running because it's old. It fails when it hasn't been properly maintained or fueled. The same principle applies to men's health. The nutrients we're about to discuss are not rare, expensive, or experimental. They are foundational. When they are missing, the body's core processes slow down, especially those related to blood circulation, hormonal regulation, and energy metabolism, the very trio responsible for male vitality. Among the most critical of these nutrients is vitamin D, often called the sunshine vitamin. It is far more than just a nutrient for bones. It's a key regulator of vascular and hormonal function. When vitamin D levels drop, the body produces less nitric oxide, the molecule responsible for telling your blood vessels to relax and expand. This relaxation is what allows blood to surge into the erectile chambers and create firmness. When nitric oxide levels are insufficient, blood vessels remain stiff and constricted, leading to weaker and shorter-lasting erections. Research has repeatedly shown that men with low vitamin D levels have a significantly higher risk of erectile dysfunction. Beyond the mechanics, low vitamin D affects mood, energy, and confidence. It's no coincidence that men deficient in this vitamin also report increased fatigue and mild depressive symptoms, both of which further impact libido and performance. The modern lifestyle contributes heavily to this deficiency. Many men spend the majority of their time indoors, shielded from sunlight by office walls, car windows, and clothing. As we age, the skin also becomes less efficient at converting sunlight into vitamin D, and darker skin tones naturally synthesize less. These factors combine to make deficiency astonishingly common, affecting more than 40% of men over 60. And yet, the fix is straightforward. Safe, consistent sun exposure, and proper supplementation with vitamin D3. The form your body absorbs most efficiently can dramatically improve circulation, energy, and mood within weeks. The mistake many men make is relying on vitamin D2, which is far less bioavailable. It's a simple detail, but one that makes all the difference. Once proper circulation is restored, the next factor to consider is energy. Even with open arteries, the body requires power to perform. This is where vitamin B12 becomes essential. It's responsible for the production of red blood cells that transport oxygen throughout the body, including to the muscles, brain, and the penile tissue. Without adequate B12, oxygen delivery slows down, energy output drops, and fatigue sets in. You might eat well, sleep enough, and exercise, yet still wake up feeling drained. Many men interpret this as normal aging, but often it's biology running below capacity. The challenge with B12 is that while it's found naturally in animal products such as meat, eggs, and dairy, many older adults cannot absorb it efficiently. As men age, the stomach produces less intrinsic factor, a protein necessary for B12 absorption. That means even a diet rich in B12 may not be enough. Studies suggest that up to 1/3 of men over 50 experience measurable deficiencies. This leads to sluggishness, brain fog, poor focus, and a decline in stamina symptoms that quietly undermine confidence and intimacy. Correcting this deficiency requires both awareness and precision. The form of B12 matters immensely. The most common supplement, cyanocobalamin, must first be converted by the liver into its active form, methylcobalamin. As the body ages, this conversion becomes less efficient, meaning much of what's consumed never gets used. For meaningful results, methylcobalamin should be the default choice because it's immediately usable by the body. For those with more severe absorption issues, medical-grade B12 injections under supervision can rapidly restore optimal levels. The third crucial vitamin in this triad is vitamin E, often underestimated yet profoundly important. Vitamin E acts as a powerful antioxidant, protecting blood vessels and hormonal tissues from oxidative stress, tiny molecular attacks caused by unstable particles known as free radicals. Over time, this oxidative damage stiffens arteries, reduces elasticity, and interferes with testosterone production. When blood vessels lose flexibility, circulation weakens. When oxidative damage affects the Leydig cells in the testes, testosterone synthesis slows. Together, these changes diminish both physical performance and emotional vitality. Men often experience this as a subtle but persistent sense of flatness, a lack of drive, motivation, or recovery despite doing everything right. They may eat well, exercise regularly, and sleep adequately, yet still feel as though the spark is gone. This is the hidden hand of oxidative stress at work. Natural vitamin E, particularly in mixed forms that include tocopherols and tocotrienols, acts like armor for the vascular and hormonal systems. It keeps blood vessels supple, supports healthy testosterone levels, and helps cells recover after exertion. Unfortunately, not all supplements labeled as vitamin E provide these benefits. Most commercial products use a synthetic form called alpha-tocopherol alone. While it does have antioxidant activity, it represents only a fraction of the vitamin E family. The body evolved to use a complex mixture of tocopherols and tocotrienols working in synergy. Relying on a single synthetic compound is like trying to run a full orchestra with one instrument. Natural mixed formulas, preferably derived from food sources such as almonds, sunflower seeds, olive oil, and spinach, provide the complete protective range needed for optimal function. When these three vitamins D, B12, and E are restored to healthy levels, something remarkable happens. Blood flow improves, testosterone stabilizes, energy surges, and mental clarity returns. It's not magic, it's physiology. Each of these nutrients supports a vital component of the system that fuels male performance. Together, they create a synergistic effect that allows the body to perform as it was designed to. Most men who begin correcting these deficiencies report noticeable improvements within 4 to 8 weeks: better stamina, firmer erections, deeper sleep, and renewed self. The process of rebuilding vitality, however, is not instantaneous. It requires consistency and respect for how the body operates. Nutrients don't transform you overnight. They restore balance gradually, the same way a depleted battery charges 1% at a time. For vitamin D3, a daily intake of 2,000 to 4,000 international units is appropriate for most men, ideally combined with 15 to 20 minutes of sunlight exposure in the morning. For vitamin B12, 1 to 2,000 micrograms of methylcobalamin per day taken with a protein-rich meal can sustain healthy levels. And for vitamin E, a natural mixed formula, whether from supplements or whole foods, ensures the full spectrum of protection. It's equally important to recognize that vitamins work best when supported by lifestyle. No supplement can replace a balanced diet, adequate sleep, physical activity, and stress control. Circulation thrives on movement, testosterone thrives on rest, and energy thrives on nourishment. Vitamins act as catalysts, not substitutes. They amplify the benefits of a healthy lifestyle but cannot overcome neglect. In practice, that means prioritizing whole foods rich in antioxidants, staying hydrated, managing stress, and avoiding habits that constrict blood vessels, such as smoking or excessive alcohol consumption. One of the most empowering truths about this approach is that it reframes aging from something to fear into something to manage intelligently. Decline is not the same as destiny. The body remains capable of extraordinary renewal when given the right inputs. Men in their 60s and 70s have restored vigor and sexual confidence, not through drastic interventions, but through consistent attention to fundamentals. Replenish the nutrients your body depends on, and you give yourself permission to thrive again. What many men need most is not another quick fix or prescription, but a deeper understanding of their biology. Erections are not isolated events. They are the ultimate expression of cardiovascular health, hormonal stability, and metabolic efficiency. When one falters, the others soon follow. Vitamins D, B12, and E address the foundations of these systems. They don't just support performance, they support the very processes that define vitality: oxygen transport, blood flow, energy generation, and hormonal balance. Imagine, for a moment, what it feels like to wake up energized again, to feel alert, steady, and confident in your body's abilities. Imagine rediscovering that sense of reliability you once took for granted. It begins not with drastic measures, but with restoring what has quietly been missing. The power to change how you feel lies in understanding what your body truly needs and providing it consistently. This is why knowledge matters. Too many men surrender their confidence because they mistake reversible deficiencies for irreversible decline. When the body sends signals: fatigue, weaker erections, loss of drive, it's not giving up, it's asking for help. Listening to those signals and responding with precision is the key to lasting vitality. The science is clear. Vitamin D ensures your blood vessels open fully. Vitamin B12 ensures oxygen and energy reach every cell. Vitamin E ensures your arteries and hormones stay protected from damage. Together, they form a triad of renewal. Neglecting them invites sluggishness and loss of strength. Nurturing them restores power and resilience. None of this is about vanity. It's about health, confidence, and quality of life. Intimacy, after all, is not only physically emotional. The ability to express connection through touch, energy, and presence affects how a man feels about himself. Restoring that ability is not superficial. It's profoundly human. So, if you find yourself discouraged, remember this truth: you are not broken. Your body has simply been running below its natural potential. It doesn't need to be forced, it needs to be fueled. By correcting these deficiencies, you realign your biology with its original design. Within weeks, energy stabilizes, blood flow strengthens, and confidence returns. The path forward begins with awareness and action. Get your vitamin levels checked. Choose high-quality supplements, prioritize real food, move daily, and rest deeply. Your body has the intelligence to heal and the capacity to thrive. Give it the tools it needs, and it will respond. Aging is certain, but decline is not. You can decide whether your later years are marked by fatigue and frustration, or by strength and vitality. The choice begins with how you nourish yourself. Every cell in your body is waiting for the right fuel. Restore it, and you restore far more than function. You restore the essence of what it means to feel alive, capable, and confident once again.